People do not respect you because you are nice. They respect you because of what you tolerate. That truth is uncomfortable, yet it explains why some people walk into a room and command attention without saying much, while others give everything and still feel overlooked. There is a hidden pattern behind this. Most people are making one simple mistake that quietly destroys respect in their relationships, their work, and even in the way strangers treat them. It is subtle, almost invisible, and that is exactly why it keeps happening again and again. In this video, you will learn 4 powerful behaviors that can completely change how people see you. These are not loud or aggressive tactics. They are quiet shifts in the way you act, speak, and respond. Backed by psychology and real human behavior, these changes can reshape your presence almost overnight. There is a reason why calm individuals often hold more power than those who speak the most. There is a reason why people who set limits are valued more than those who always give in. And there is a reason why walking away at the right time can instantly raise your worth in someone else's eyes. Most advice online focuses on being kinder, giving more, or trying harder to be liked. Yet studies on social behavior show something different. Respect grows when people sense clarity, control, and self-value. When those signals are missing, even the best intentions get ignored. That is why many people stay stuck in the same cycle, feeling unheard, undervalued, and drained. This video breaks that cycle by revealing what truly shifts perception at a deeper level. As you watch, you will start to notice patterns in your own life, moments where a small change could have led to a completely different outcome, and by the end, you will have simple, powerful tools you can use immediately to gain the respect you deserve without forcing anything or changing who you are. Stay with me until the end, because the last behavior is the one most people avoid, yet it creates the strongest impact in the shortest time. It changes how others treat you in a way that feels almost instant. Welcome to the channel where we break down human behavior, mindset, and personal power in a clear and practical way. If you want to grow stronger, think sharper, and live with more control, make sure you subscribe and join us for more videos like this. There are moments when you speak, and it feels like your words disappear before they even land. You try to contribute, to share your thoughts, to be part of the conversation, yet people talk over you or move on as if nothing was said. Over time, it starts to feel normal. You begin to question your own value in the room. It shows up in small ways at first. Messages get ignored, opinions get brushed aside, plans get made without including you. Then it grows into something heavier, where you feel present but unseen, involved but never truly considered. In many situations, you might notice people taking more than they give. They expect your time, your energy, your attention, and you keep offering it, hoping that one day it will be returned with the same level of care. Yet the balance never shifts. Instead, the more you give, the more it becomes expected. Boundaries start to blur. People interrupt your time without asking. They make decisions that affect you without checking in. They cross lines that once felt clear, and somehow it keeps happening again and again. You try to handle it with patience. You stay calm. You avoid conflict. You tell yourself that being understanding is the right thing to do. But deep down, there is a quiet frustration building, a feeling that no matter how much effort you put in, it does not change how people treat you. You give your best, but still feel invisible. That feeling is hard to ignore because it touches something deeper than the surface. It affects how you see yourself. At some point, it becomes clear that effort alone is not the answer. Being kind, being available, being easy to deal with, these things matter, but they do not automatically create respect. The truth is simple, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. Respect is not given, it is built by behavior. One of the fastest ways people lose respect without realizing it is by explaining too much. It often comes from a good place. You want to be understood. You want to avoid conflict. You want to make sure no one misinterprets your actions. So you add more details, more reasons, more justifications. You repeat your point in different ways, hoping it will finally land the way you intend. But something unexpected happens in that process. Instead of making you look more clear, it slowly makes you look unsure. Confident people do not defend every decision. They say what needs to be said, and then they let it stand. There is a quiet strength in that. When someone feels the need to explain every small choice, it sends a different signal. It suggests doubt. It suggests a need for approval. And people pick up on that, even if they do not consciously think about it. The more you try to convince, the more it feels like you are asking for permission. This pattern shows up in everyday moments. You decline an invitation, but instead of a simple answer, you give a long explanation filled with reasons. You make a decision at work, but you keep adding extra points to make sure everyone agrees. You express an opinion, then soften it with too many words just to avoid tension. Each time the message becomes less direct, the impact becomes weaker. What could have been a strong statement turns into something that feels uncertain. The shift is simple, but it takes awareness. Speak less. Be clear. End your sentence. Say what you mean without adding layers that are not needed. Trust that your words are enough. When you stop over-explaining, people start paying closer attention to what you say. There is more weight behind your words. There is more presence in your communication. Silence often earns more respect than long explanations. Another shift that quietly changes how people treat you is learning to set boundaries without carrying guilt. For many people, this feels uncomfortable at first. There is a habit of saying yes quickly, even when something inside feels off. You agree to plans you do not have energy for. You take on tasks that were never yours to begin with. You allow interruptions, last-minute demands, and constant access to your time, all because it feels easier than pushing back. In those moments, it feels like you are being helpful, understanding, easy to be around. But over time, it creates a pattern where your time and energy are seen as always available. Respect grows when you protect your time and energy. People pay attention to what you value, and they learn how to treat you based on what you accept. When there are no clear limits, others start to decide those limits for you. It becomes normal for them to expect more, to take more, to assume that you will always adjust. This is where the real cost shows up. You start to feel drained. Your priorities get pushed aside, and slowly your own needs move to the background. A simple but powerful truth sits at the center of this. Every time you say yes to others, you say no to yourself. That does not mean you should refuse everything. It means your yes should be intentional, not automatic. When you respond without thinking, it often comes from a place of avoiding discomfort. When you pause and choose your response, it comes from a place of self-respect. The shift is in how you respond. Use calm, firm words. You do not need long explanations or apologies. A clear answer delivered with a steady tone carries more weight than a hesitant one filled with excuses. At first, some people may react differently. They may question it because they are used to the old pattern. But over time, something changes. They begin to adjust. They begin to recognize that your time has value. People respect what you do not allow. There is a clear difference between people who react instantly and those who stay composed when pressure rises. In tense moments, emotions can take over quickly. A small comment turns into irritation. A disagreement turns into defensiveness. The voice changes, the tone sharpens, and the situation begins to escalate. It feels natural in the moment, almost automatic, yet it carries a hidden cost. The way you handle pressure shapes how others measure your strength. Emotional control equals power, and it becomes visible exactly when things start to feel uncomfortable. Reactive behavior often comes from a need to respond immediately. There is an urge to defend, to correct, to prove a point. Words come out faster than thoughts can settle. In contrast, composed people move differently. They listen fully. They allow a pause to exist before they speak. Their tone stays steady even when the situation is not. That contrast is powerful. It changes the entire dynamic of an interaction. While one person is driven by emotion, the other creates space and control. The one who controls emotions controls the situation. This is not about suppressing feelings or pretending everything is fine. It is about managing how those feelings are expressed. When control is lost, even for a moment, it lowers how others perceive you. It can make your message less effective Even if your point is valid, people focus more on the reaction than the reason behind it. The situation shifts away from what was said and moves toward how it was said. A simple shift can change everything. Pause before reacting. Give yourself a moment to process what is happening. That small gap between stimulus and response creates clarity. It allows you to choose your words instead of letting them spill out. Over time, this becomes a habit that others begin to notice. Your presence feels steady. Your responses feel intentional. There is less noise and more control in the way you communicate. Calmness makes people take you seriously. There comes a point where staying in the same pattern starts to cost more than leaving it. Many people hold on longer than they should, hoping things will improve, hoping others will change, hoping their patience will finally be recognized. That hope can feel strong, but it often hides a deeper fear. The fear of losing connection, losing approval, losing someone important. Because of that fear, boundaries get ignored, respect gets weakened, and situations that should have ended continue far beyond their value. The strongest move is knowing when to leave, even when it feels uncomfortable. This does not always mean physically walking away from a person or a place. It can show up in smaller, quieter ways. You stop engaging in conversations that drain you. You stop giving attention where it is not valued. You stop trying to fix something that keeps breaking in the same way. These moments require a different kind of strength. It is not loud or dramatic. It is controlled, intentional, and often unnoticed at first. Yet it shifts everything beneath the surface. The emotional truth is simple. Fear of losing people keeps you disrespected. When someone senses that you will always stay no matter how you are treated, the balance changes. Effort becomes one-sided. Consideration starts to fade. The urgency to treat you well disappears because there is no risk of losing you. If you never walk away, they think you will always stay. That belief shapes their behavior more than anything you say. There is also a deeper principle at work. Scarcity creates value. When something feels limited, it becomes more important. When your time, energy, and presence are always available, they begin to feel ordinary. The moment that availability changes, perception changes with it. This is not about playing games or creating distance for attention. It is about recognizing your own value and acting in alignment with it. The shift begins internally. Detach from outcomes. Let go of the need to control how others respond. Focus on your actions instead. When you are willing to step back, to create space, to move on when necessary, something changes in how you are seen. Respect rises the moment you stop chasing it. Respect is not about forcing people to like you. It is about becoming someone they cannot ignore. Every shift you have seen in this video points to one simple truth. The way people treat you is deeply connected to how you show up every day. The words you choose, the limits you set, the emotions you control, and the moments you decide to step back all send a message. That message tells others how to value you, how to approach you, and how far they can go. When you stop over-explaining, you show certainty. When you set boundaries, you show self-respect. When you stay calm under pressure, you show control. And when you are willing to walk away, you show strength. None of these require you to become someone else. They require you to act with clarity and intention. Over time, these small shifts build a presence that people recognize without needing it to be explained. When you change your behavior, people have no choice but to change theirs. Some will rise to meet the new standard. Others may fall away because they were only comfortable with the old version of you. Both outcomes move you closer to a space where respect feels natural instead of forced. Now think about this for a moment. Which of these behaviors do you struggle with the most? Is it speaking less and trusting your words, setting clear boundaries, staying calm when pressure rises, or knowing when to step away? Let me know in the comments. I read them and they help shape what comes next on this channel. If this made you think in a new way, subscribe for more videos like this. And if you found this useful, do not forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content that helps you build real confidence and respect.